What's up guys, it's LeMar DeVente, and I'm back with another Beyblade Burst unboxing and review. I'm so excited about this one because it's the Draciel S and Dranzer F dual pack. So we're going to look at the stats on the box because I really want to get into this. So the energy layer is Draciel S, the forged disc is DO8 known as Central, and the performance tip is TDO4 also known as Press. It has 1 for attack, 6 for weight, 2 for burst, 2 for agility, 8 for defense, and then 0 for stamina. Kind of accurate. I think stamina is a bit higher in my opinion though. Then the energy layer, which is Dranzer F, the force disc, which is D25, which is also known as Yell, the performance kit, which is TBO7, also known as Zeta. Now the stats here is 5 for attack, 5 for weight, 2 for burst, 5 for agility, 0 for defense, and 3 for stamina. Kind of accurate as well. Now this app here, remember I'm going to provide the QR codes for this so you can play it in the Burst app. And there's the barcode for those who care about this, because I know my friends like KJ and that, they'll like to know the barcode. So yeah, now we're going to get the Beyblades out of the box. Alright, so I took everything out of the box. It was kind of hard to open, but let's get into the base now. So we're going to start with Dranzer F. So the full name is Dranzer Flame, and it's the evolution of Dranzer Spiral, aka Dranzer S. And as we can see here, I'm actually going to bring my Dranzer S from Takara Tomy to compare. You can see that the contact point is completely different. Instead of it being the head over here, it actually changed to the wing tip. So I think that's a bit more aggressive and better because this was very recoily because of this large area over here. Though I think this will actually do better. Now here's the QR code so you guys can scan that into the Beyblade Burst app and get it. And it's also fairly round, that's the thing. Unlike Dranzer S over here, which was like an oval, this is much more round in my opinion. And not too much points for recoil except for the main attack points. Though this is a balanced type Beyblade, so it's supposed to have that. And also we see the Bit Beast in the center here, which is, you know, Dranzer, the Phoenix. Pretty nice, and I really like how that looks. I think Hasbro did a good job with the print as well, even though they removed some of the logos and that. I think that Hasbro still did a pretty good job on this. Now we go to Yell. So, pretty round, and most of the weight is upwards. It's pretty thin as well. I don't think it weighs too much. And not many people use this, probably because we have the disc like 7 in that, where you can put frames on it. So, not too much use here, though I really do like how this disc looks, and I used to use it a bit, but not anymore. Now we go to the performance tip. And this is Zeta. This was on Surprising Requiem as well. And it has 3 modes. So this is defense. Now we lift that up and we turn it. Now we have our attack mode, which looks like Quake. As you can see, it's leaning to one side more. It was supposed to bounce originally, but it doesn't bounce too much in here. Now we go to the next one, which is the stamina driver, which is fusion. So it's a bit hard to see, but there's actually a small point in the center. Very hard to see for it to pick up. And you can kind of see it there. Also, very elegant design, pretty decent performance tip, really. And yeah, this really fits Dranzer F. This is the original, this is Trans, which had 2 modes. So this is the flat one, and then we turn it, and we have the sharp mode. While this one has 3 different modes, and actually really fits Dranzer. Now, we're going to go on to Draciel. So this is a defense type, and it is very boxy. I mean, it is a literal square. When you just turn it like this, you can see how square it is. Not very good for defense in my opinion, because it also has a lot of points of contact, which isn't good for a defense type. And here is the QR code, so you guys can also scan that into your game, so you guys enjoy that. Also, pretty hollow. I mean, it doesn't weigh much. It's a square, which isn't good, and has lots of contact points. Definitely not the best, but hey, you know what? I really like Draciel no matter what. And there's the Bit Beast, which is Draciel, the turtle. And we're going to put that there. Now, the disc here is Central. This disc was never really that great. I would argue that's the reverse of Yell, because all the weight is focused on the bottom here, while Yell, all the weight is focused on the top. So, never really a competitive disc, but, I mean, it does fit the original weight disc that Draciel had. Now we go on to the performance tip, which is Press. So, Draciel originally had metal balls. And that's the thing, that was the gimmick for it. It had metal balls in pretty much every single iteration it ever had. Well, this time was given a plastic tip. They could have given it weight from, you know, Zutron Z2, and I'm actually going to grab that right now. So here is Zutron Z2, and this is the Draciel of Beyblade Burst. And it had a tip very similar to this with 2 metal balls on the side as well, which would move around. And I'm surprised they didn't give it to Draciel. They didn't do this in Japan either. Takara Tomy also gave it a press. So it's very accurate to the original, though just the shape of it and such is pretty good. So I do think it's good. Also, it has a very tight spring. So some Beyblades, they have differing springs and such. Press has always had a very tight spring, which is good for a defense type, but I don't think it's going to save Draciel from the recoil of the layer. So let's assemble the base. Let's do Dranzer Flame here first. And hey, you know what? It actually has a pretty tight slope, to be honest. Let's focus. Pretty tight slope. And, you know, it does seem like that when it gets to the end, it really will burst. It doesn't get caught too much or anything, but, you know, honestly, I think this may be good for defensive stamina hybrid, though that's just saying it just because of how it feels. And now let's do Draciel with the press here, and whoa, that is extremely tight, especially when you get to the last little bit there. It becomes very, very tight right about there. It becomes very tight. Though, again, I think the shape of it's a real issue there. But these Beyblades have very tight slopes, which is great. I think it's good that Hasbro actually did that, considering that Dragoon Ass got the short end of the stick. But yeah, now we're going to do some test battles. I'm so excited to see how these bays do. So let's get to the base stadium. Alright guys, so I'm at the base stadium. I have Dranzer F and Draciel S, and I'm going to be using the gold string launcher to do test launches. So first, let's go with our defense type Draciel here. And 3, 2, 1, let it rip. So it's not very aggressive. As you can see, it sticks to the center. Seems like it has some pretty fine balance. So, you know, there's Draciel there. That turned out fine. Now let's try out Dranzer F. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. So this is in the stamina mode, and it's just perfectly in the center, as you can see. So now I guess we will switch this over to whatever is the next one. Oh, here, attack. So let's try attack mode now. So, 3, 2, 1, let it rip. And you can see, much more aggressive, and it's very loud. And it slows down, and then it's just gonna run out of stamina. So now we go to our final mode here, which is defense. Just gonna make sure that's locked in, of course. So, 3, 2, 1, let it rip. And stays right in the center as well. Though, over time, it'll wear down and become more aggressive and go around the ring. But, yeah, I think it's time that we actually do a battle. So, Dranzer F versus Draciel S. I'll be changing the mode on the tip every single round. 3 rounds. Let's do this. Alright, so, Dranzer is in defense mode. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. Let it rip. Oh, that sound makes it sound like it's gonna crack. It's actually kind of scaring me. And just some minor contact going on there. Oh, seems like it's just going to be a match of stamina at this point. What's going to happen? I think Dranzer's going to take this. And Draciel S loses by outspin, and Dranzer takes it and almost bursted, oddly enough. But hey, Dranzer takes that round. On to the next one. Alright, Dranzer's in attack mode. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. And 3, 2, 1, let it rip. Whoa, getting some minor attacks in, but not enough. I guess I should have banked it harder, but oh well. So, could it burst it now? Oh wow, Draciel's really losing stamina. Could Dranzer take this despite being in attack mode? And it barely does. Almost bursted as well. Draciel, what are you doing? I didn't think... Wow, Draciel's not even close to bursting. Alright, that's weird. Alright. So we're going to switch this into the final mode, which is stamina mode here. So let's get into the match. Alright, final match. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. And let it rip. And let's see. A bit more aggressiveness from Dranzer right now. Fusion can be a bit aggressive, but it's tipping over, which it didn't do in the previous rounds. So I think Draciel might actually take this. It's looking a bit unbalanced. No way! Wow! So it actually won! And Draciel was not even close to bursting. But Dranzer won every single round, and it's time to wrap up the video. Alright guys, so this is the end of the video, and honestly, I really like this dual pack because I love Generation 1, Plastic Gen, Original Beyblade, whatever you want to call it. It is my favorite series by far, and I'm so happy that Hasbro did the remakes based off Takara Tomy, and they were done pretty well. So first off, Draciel. I'm surprised that it actually didn't click, well, not click, but turn at all during the battles, though still very skeptical of the layer. The disc is not very great, and the driver is not great, well, performance skip is not that great either, but has a very strong spring. So overall, not the greatest Bay, quite honestly. They're just for looks, but I have always loved Draciel. It's my favorite. And now, the next Saint Beast over here is Dranzer F. The layer seems maybe not that great because it almost bursted, so have to test that out a bit more. Yellow is not that competitive at all anymore, and Zeta is not really that great either when you have drivers and performance tips, which really do excel at it, at the categories it has, so, you know, not that great either. Overall, are the bays that great? Quite honestly, not really. They're more of display purposes, but I really like them. So if you are a fan of the original series, definitely consider picking up these two Beyblades. I love how they look. And, you know, it just leads to fun battles. So, guys, thanks for watching. If you like this video, leave a like. And if you want to be updated for all my Beyblade and Bakugan content, hit that subscribe button down below. And please, also down below, let me know what you think of the new setup, because it is a bit different now. As you can see, I actually have a carpet here, the black carpet and that. A bit different. Please, let me know down below. Thanks for watching, and remember to blade on!